All right. Hello. Welcome, everybody, to Lunch with Linda. I am Linda Daniels, the owner of Northampton Wools, and this is our Wonderland of Color behind me. Yeah, yay! It's Monday, August 2nd. It's my favorite month. Some of you might be able to guess why, but my wedding anniversary, 48 years this year, and my birthday, years this year, on August 8th. So my husband is kind of whisking me away. Sunday night, we're going to go down to the Cape and spend the night, Sunday night down there, and have dinner with my brother Stephen and his lovely wife. So we will not be doing a Lunch with Linda next Monday. I'm going to be on the beach or doing something fun to celebrate both of those occasions. But we will put up a Lunch with Linda post on Wednesday, which is August 10th. That's the first day of the shop hop. So hopefully you will get to see some people behind me actually shopping or hopping, and I'll try to talk and stamp those passports at the same time. So it probably will be a quick little session next Wednesday, but already August 10th, next Wednesday, a week from this coming Wednesday. Wow. So August, you know, for me, August not only is my favorite month, but it also signifies for me kind of the beginning of the year. Instead of January, August becomes a very full, busy month for us here in the shop. We're getting orders in and arranging yarn and trying to create new models as fast as we can. If you saw the Instagram post this morning, I was back online with Trendsetter Yarns talking to the sales rep Mickey, adding to my already big fall order and asking that this next little order come as fast as possible because it's got some great yarns in it and I want to be able to share them with you. So the mailman just dropped off this box. This isn't even in my list of things to talk about, but I'm excited to kind of get it in, and I want to share it with you guys right away. There are two things that are kind of sweeping the yarn stores across the country, and one of them has been growing for a while, and those are the little enamel pins. Well, we're working on getting some of those pins done, some specifically for Northampton Wools and some just knitting related in general. And then the other thing are these vinyl stickers. Now, I've shown you our big sheep stickers before, but these are brand new. And so we tried a few of these. These are vinyl, so when you peel them off, you can stick them right on something that's metal or plastic or you know, any kind of thing that you want to last. So they are washable. So this is a llama made out of yarn balls with one multicolored yarn ball there. And we got quite a few of those. And then I just loved this one. Although there isn't yarn on it, I was like, everybody needs this on their knitting notebook because good things do take time. But I thought that little guy was really cute and worth having. And then we got a no problema.
I love that.
Yeah,
love that.
which is really sweet as well. So for those of you who are always in a good mood, you want to think about that. And then this guy sent me just some two little sample stickers as well.
Be present.
Be present.
I would put that on my notebook.
Yeah,
for knitting.
it goes along with that whole mindful kind of philosophy. Be where you are. Don't worry about where you should be.
Yeah.
Just be where you are.
Yeah.
So this is just the first of several orders that I've placed in the last couple of weeks. So if you're into stickers, ask about those. We will have them at the desk. But I have ordered them from a couple of different places, so we'll see what all of those are like. as we get some lots of new fun things. We've got a few new things coming in this week that I'm excited about, but I don't want to talk about them until I can actually show them to you. So I got some knitting done this week, and I've talked the last couple of weeks about a little baby boom, and that continues. I learned about 2 other new babies coming into my life this week, and so I had to stop fooling around and get some work done. And so
Are the stickers movable?
One of the things, what?
Are the stickers movable?
I don't know. I don't think so. They might be, but I'd be afraid that you might rip them if you try to stick them on and then peel them off. I mean, I'll have to ask Adrian, because my daughter has stickers all over everything.
So
I'll have to ask her if
Eileen
she
wants
can
one
move
of the
them.
knitting ball llamas.
All right.
And Beth says she has pajamas with no problema on them. That's adorable,
So
Beth.
cute. Bess, I wish you could wear them in.
No problema.
We'd love to see them. That's so cute. Anyway, one of the things that I got done was one of my classic go-to blanket projects. So this is a double strand of the Encore worsted weight, and it's done on a size 13 needle. There are several booklets. I think there are 3 now booklets with different stitch patterns in them, but it's really so easy. It's just 2 strands of, like I said, the Encore worsted. I used it in the same color, so both strands were the same color, and it was one of their variegated yarns that does kind of move through the colors, and I did not plan it. I just took the ends. I didn't try to match it. I just knit with it double. I did a size 13 needle. I cast on 80 stitches. I did 6 rows of seed stitch, and then 5 stitches of seed stitch on each end, and then 10 stockinette and 10 seed. I'm going to write this up, and we'll put it on the website or send it out in an email this week so that you have this free pattern, because this took me basically 3 nights of one good, one bad, and one movie to get it done. So if you're sitting there, a size 13 needle, double strand of yarn, it really goes quickly. And this one we have as a model in the store because it's one of their standard patterns, this big basically stockinette and reverse stockinette stitch squares. What's this called?
Basket weave.
A basket weave pattern. Oh, man, oh man, oh man. So I'm gonna take mine home, throw it in the washer and dryer, and it will be good to go. And we have tons of colors. I had Beth bring up just a few of them. So we've got colorways that are multicolors, from light pink to dark pink. We've got something with gray, and gray is still probably one of the most popular new baby colors out there. Mothers are really choosing that as a neutral and a gender neutral, and I'm thinking that it can last a long time as well. But we've got things from lilac to bold teal, just depending on what you want to do. And the blanket would work in these with, in double-stranded solid colors like this, or you can combine this with one of the multicolors, or you can combine them with white, which is what it's what this blue blanket is. It's a strand of blue, solid color blue, with a strand of white, and you just take off and go. And literally, a lot of the patterns are called the 8-hour baby blanket. Couple of them are free on Ravelry. So again, 8-hour baby blanket by Plymouth Yarn. You can get a couple of those designs free, and that'll get you going with numbers anyway. And you can take off and make your own if you need a baby blanket. And that's one of the things that I would say, go ahead and make one and just have it sitting around ready for a present, because every baby needs a blanket no matter where they are born.
So what was the bad movie you watched?
Oh gosh. So what happened to Bruce Willis? It's like my husband is watching movies with me, and we're watching all these action adventure, and it seems like the last 4 or 5 movies that Bruce Willis have done, he either can't get work or he's helping out friends because they're so bad. And he's such a great actor, but he's just so bad. So bad. I mean, really bad. It's like he phoned it in. They say that all the time. Or he's kind of like weirdo smiling through the whole thing. So we watched some space Bruce Willis movie, and half the time we couldn't even figure out what was going on. But we powered through because I was knitting, and that was the only way I was able to look. Oh, I can't watch this because it's impossible. But yeah, it's
But you
like,
don't want to put down your knitting to change the movie.
no, that takes too long to find something else. I just groaned through the whole thing. So that was the bad one, the really, really bad one. Don't ask me what the good one was. I don't remember.
Oh, I'm
Dying. Okay, so the other thing that I worked on was, of course, the Dustland shawl. I've got into the second skein. But what I wanted to talk about was how I really like working on a 24-inch needle, but I can't do everything on a 24-inch, and this is about at full capacity. And the reason I really can't continue is it does get bigger and bigger. And what happens is the knitting gets more and more squished. And when I go to push it down, that's when I get really afraid that either I'm using an interchangeable needle and it might pop apart and then I'm in trouble because all the stitches will be off. Or we've had cases where these, the wires actually break or pull out of the needle. And I don't want either one of those things to happen. And that usually happens because of the pressure, the amount of pressure that's put on the needle. So one of the tips, or my tip for today, is if you have an interchangeable set of needles, you want to be able to use everything that you get. And one of the ways that you can do that is by taking the stoppers that are included in every interchangeable set. That's what these things are. And I'm going to take off one tip and put the stopper. Can you see me, Kate, putting the stopper on?
Yeah, you can go higher to see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put the stopper on one end of this needle. And then I'll take another long cord, put my other needle tip on that cord, and put another stopper on the end of that cord.
So now you have 2 long needles.
So now
with 1 tip.
I have 2 long needles and I can continue to knit. And I've got all of this room. Now I could go ahead and put the other tip on this side, but I'll tell you what, at this size, it's actually easier to have it spread out on a long needle, and I get to see the pattern more, than it is to even scrunch it up on this long needle. So now I'm actually using 2 separate needles, still going back and forth, but I have all this length on both of them. And if you have, I didn't change this one yet, but if you have an interchangeable set or 2, you've got at least 2 of these really long, these 40-inch cords. And you can knit like that on 2 40-inch cords and really be able to spread it out. So it's a great way to do a lot of these knit flat shawls that just get immense number of stitches on them, and not have to squish it all. And when when you work on the circular needles, it's always you're always knitting like this in this little tube, and you can't really see it, you can't really spread it out. And one of the reasons you want to do that is to double check that you haven't dropped a stitch or missed a pattern. And if you're scrunched up like this, you can't always notice that right away. So that's my tip for today. Use those extenders, use those stoppers, and your knitting will get even easier and easier. So that Dustland shawl has been really popular. I just sent out another order of it, and this is all we've got left in the Cormo. There are plenty of other yarns that you can use, but we've got enough in the brown that I'm doing, and we've got enough in the purple, and we've only got 2 skeins left of the periwinkle. So if you really wanted the periwinkle and really loved it, you would probably have to cut off that last pattern that I've been talking about, because most people have been going with the 3 skeins to make sure that they can complete the whole thing. So that's it. And then we're done with the cormo, and we'll have some really great shawls that people have knit. I also wanted to talk about the new yarn that we got last week that you saw me unbox. And tell me if I'm pointing right, Kate.
I'm pointing the best butt.
Yes.
Sorry. Oh my goodness.
It was
Beth is working hard.
a comedy show.
And Beth is about to go on vacation, so we want to say goodbye to Beth at the end of today. We'll see her in a few weeks, I think. But the linen, the Quince and Company
You got it higher. There. And
linen,
yeah, too far. There it is.
it's so beautiful in the bin. We unpacked it, Bunny unpacked it and put it in there. And when you walk in the door, it's just glowing. So I continued to knit on the Mirai linen top. This is a pattern that you can also buy on Ravelry. It's designed by Pam Allen and from Quince and Company. And I love this top because it's done, starts from the top down, and you do all the neck shaping with little short rows. So you like knit 11 and then you do a German turn and knit back. And all that shaping comes from just those short rows. And then you do a little bit of increasing down the armhole, and then you're ready to join at the underarm and knit the body down. I can't wait to finish this, to throw it in the wash and dryer, and then see how luxurious this is. As a reminder, Kate has on the one that I made for her. This is out of a hand-dyed linen that I bought out in California as a thank you gift for her. But this linen is really knitting up just as nicely, and it's going to be so luscious to wear. But this is 100% organic linen in a tape. It's $14 a skein, and this top is going to take probably 6. I'm just into the 3rd skein, and it makes a decent size. It's very, very stretchy too. So I'm really, really pleased with that. So the next time you come in, make sure you take a look at that. Yeah, and also, even though Kate is wearing it as a summer top, I think it would look great over a dress or a t-shirt or even a long sleeve shirt. So she'll be able to carry that through the fall, just as a little kind of like decoration.
Yeah.
All right. So besides the linen, what we also got in was a big order of Harvest from Earth Yarns and Unique. Now, it's not necessarily a new yarn to us, but it is a new order. I sent an email out last night about classes, and one of the classes that we're going to do is the Spice Shawl, and it's knit specifically with the DK weight Harvest and 1 skein of the multicolor Unique DK. And the one that's shown is actually knit with these colors, with these 4 colors. So I will be putting that together as a kit for you. It just takes 1 skein of each color. If you are going to do version 2, it does have a little bit longer, and it will need 2 skeins of the oleaster. So what's so special about the Harvest? You know what's special about the Unique. It is a self-striping superwash merino. And the Harvest is also a superwash merino, but it is all plant dyed. So the colors are gorgeous and intense, but this is from grape leaves, and it's called grape leaf. And it is going to be a tonal quality to each of these colors. This is oleaster, which I'm not sure what the flower looks like, but it's a southern kind of flower. And this one is rubia. Who the heck knows what that is?
I think
but
it's
that's
a tree.
what it's a tree.
I think so.
So it gives you that. So we've got those colorways for it, and we also got in indigo, which is just a deep, beautiful blue. And we got in mint, which is always a surprise because
Yeah.
it's really a gray. And we got in a slightly, this is about as red, the ruby is about as red as it but we also got in cranberry, which is also a color that I love. And so I thought these three with this color of the unique would be really, really beautiful as well. So if you're interested, that information is, class information for that is in an email. Kate today is going to put the information, she's going to post it up on the website. You will not be able to sign up for any of the classes on, excuse me, on the website. Hold on.
You have to have some lunch.
I have, it's making it worse. It's that vodka. You won't be able to sign up for class on the website. We are limiting the in-person class to 6 people. And in order to control that, we're asking that you call to sign up. We've already had a couple of people call this morning to sign up for the Fair Isle class. So don't wait too long, don't hesitate. If you didn't get the email, check your spam folder, and then tonight, you'll be able to do it this afternoon. Check the website tonight to see if the dates work for you and if it's something that you're interested in doing. But this is our little beginning to get back to classes. We'll see what happens. If people sign up, then I will continue to schedule classes. If we don't have anybody, you know, it sort of just depends on how you're feeling about the resurgence of COVID. I am asking that everybody that comes to class is vaccinated. So you can rest assured that it will be, oh my goodness, it will be a vaccinated class. Okay. So one more little note about the Spice Shawl. The reason I was attracted to it is because it had so much fun color work in it, but also a lot of different stitch patterns, some lace work, some baubles, some chart reading, and one other thing, short rows. So it'll be a fun, technique-rich class if you're interested in doing that. This yarn is also just a fun yarn to knit by itself and will knit up beautifully in any of the DK weight sweaters that are out there, like the Look Squirrel by Casa Pinka. There's lots of DK weight cardigans and pullovers that you can look at on Ravelry and see if it's something that you want to use that color for. So we just ended sidewalk sales yesterday and we had a fantastic weekend. If you got in here, thank you so much. We had a ton of business, a ton of newcomers, a ton of new people in town. When I left on Friday night, I was amazed to see that almost every single car parked on the street had a different license plate.
Wow.
From Connecticut, Vermont, New York. People just came to town. And the good news was, or is, that almost everybody took the time to wear a mask. If they were walking around on the sidewalk and were unmasked, when they came into the shop, they put the mask on. So people they may be out a lot, but people are really being conscientious about it and still continuing to wear masks. So that was really great. I think sidewalk sales for the entire town were well attended. It sure looked like it was busy. It was almost like it's been in years past where the sidewalk crosswalks got full of people. I know we saw a lot of people around this end at Newberry and in and out of Eileen Fisher and Marathon Sports. So that was great fun. I was really, really pleased with it. We are continuing into our 3rd week of our regular clearance sale, and on Wednesday, all of the yarns that I marked at 25% will now go to 50%. So there'll be an even, that was a peanut gallery back there. There'll be an even bigger discount on the yarns that are marked. So again, if you get in the next couple of weeks, probably a week and a half or so, look for those markdowns because they will, what's on sale will still be on sale when Shop Hop starts, and I don't imagine that stuff will last much longer once we start getting that kind of traffic through the store. But we are continuing with that. We'll be cleaning up what's left from the sidewalk sales and sorting it out and putting some stuff away. But most importantly, most of the indoor stuff was 25% off, and that will go to 50% off the regular price. So I talked about the classes. One little workshop that I wanted to mention quickly is the Granny Square. Learn to make a Granny Square class. It's National Granny Square Day on Sunday, August 15th. And we're not open on Sundays yet, but I decided since it was Granny Square Day that we would go ahead and do a little workshop. So if you already know how to crochet and you have never but wanted to make a granny square, sign up for this class because you'll get the pattern, you'll get instructions, and I'm gonna say I can almost guarantee that when you walk out the door, you will know how to make a granny square by heart because they are that simple, and all you really need is that little bit of instruction and a little bit of experience. So you come to class with a size H hook and bits and pieces of yarn. Color inspiration.
Look at all that.
Great way to use up all of your ends because granny squares work in every weight of yarn, and they're just really fun to do. So that's one of the workshops, and then I'm also in September going to do a smooth seaming day where I'm going to teach all of the different methods of seaming stuff together so that those of you that have those unfinished projects sitting in your closet will have the skill that you need, like Kate, to put them all together. One last thing, and then we'll be done for today. This is all over social media, so if you're on Facebook or Instagram, and I think probably if you've caught some news, Tom Daly is a British diver who is actually a knitter and has been a knitter for a long time, and he's been getting lots of coverage, not just because he won a gold medal, but because the first thing that he knit after he won his gold medal was a little pouch to keep his gold medal in so it doesn't get scratched. So if you're on Facebook and you search for Tom Daly, D-A-L-Y, you'll actually see some video of him sitting in the stands cheering on his fellow teammates when they're diving, knitting magic loop. He's knitting something in the round and he pulls one of the needle ends out to knit in the magic loop. So yay for Tom Daly. He does have a social media presence that showcases a lot of his knitting, and as you can imagine, he is getting a lot of coverage in the knitting universe. So we salute him, congratulate him on his gold medal, and root for the rest of the USA Olympic team and any of those other British knitters who might be hiding under the desk, hiding their knitting under the desk. Take it out, guys. We love to see it. It's so much more interesting to watch somebody sit in the stands and knit than to watch them on their phone. Yeah. So that's been really fun to see. So finish up your week. I hope you guys have been watching the Olympics, enjoying the Olympics. Just a quick note too about Simone Biles. It's actually my daughter-in-law, Pam, has been working on a biopic about her, and so they've had a crew at her parents' house. They were not allowed to go to Tokyo, so when that gets posted, Pam works for a company called Religion of Sports, which is owned by Tom Brady. So there are lots of shows that are out there. Just look for Religion of Sports. But it's been really fun. I feel like I'm Simone's friend now because Pam works on the show about her. 2
degrees of separation?
Yeah, close. 2 degrees of separation.
Yeah.
But yeah, Pam has actually been very inspired and respectful of Simone's decisions about the Olympics, as all of us are, I'm sure. All right, you guys, so not next Monday, but maybe next Wednesday. Watch for it, and hopefully you are inspired by the Olympics and you are thinking about signing up for one of the classes. Like I said, don't wait too long. In the meantime, go knit something. Bye.